Well, welcome back to Lucore Automotive Services. It is time to finally wrap up this 1968 Barracuda repower. This thing, we've been working on this thing for quite a while, and it's given us some headaches, but we're overcoming them as they come to us, and it just is what it is. Sometimes you have to take stuff apart and put it back together a couple times to make sure that everything's right. You don't want to do that, but sometimes that's what happens. That was the case in this one. We ended up with a blown head gasket on cylinder number 3. Pulled the heads, sent them over to Mike at M&M Cylinder Head over in Delaware, and he remachined the heads and touched up the valves and put them all back together, and we got a clean bill of health on the cylinder heads. I put new head bolts in it, torqued them down. I think you already saw that, or we'll fill that in here now. I did put new head bolts on. I could have reused the old head bolts, but I didn't know how many times they'd already been cycled, and the reality is they're not that expensive. I think it was $46 for a head bolt set. That way I know they're new, I know they're good. I mean, the other ones all looked good, and I didn't see any signs of them being stretched. But I figured, what the heck, we might as well just put a new set on it. That way I'm certain. So all new head gaskets, touched up the valves, resurfaced the heads, all new gaskets. I did have the oil pan off. I double checked main bolt torque, main cap bolt torque, and rod cap bolt torque, well, nut torque. I checked the torque on oil pump. I did take the oil pump apart and look in there. Didn't see any damage or anything, which I wasn't expecting that anyway, considering that my oil pressure was actually pretty awesome on this. Even though I was having my engine issue. You can see most of the paint came off the cylinder head from the cleaning process. Brand new head bolts. Let's get some paint on this side, and we'll be able to move on to the next thing. The engine is painted. It looks really a lot better than what it did before. You can see that Rust-Oleum oil-based semi-gloss turns out looking really good on an engine. That's why I like it. It's got a nice sheen to it, and it's solid as a rock. That paint turns hard as a rock once it's cured out, and it's cured out for a few days now. So it's time to drop this engine back in a car. I'm going to get after it because I got a lot to get done today. I have a customer picking up a car at 10:30. I have to meet Mike actually for a set of 6-liter heads for that thing so that Bruce can get back to work on that on Monday. I got to meet him at 11:30. And I would like to have this thing running today. So I'm going to get after it, see if I can make this thing happen, and hopefully be turning the key in a little bit and hearing this bad boy run again. Then I got to get Eric up here and have him do my final tune. And then we'll be rocking and rolling. Fuel leaks, have engine oil pressure. That's it. Well, good news. We spent some time, and I spent about 3 hours on Saturday getting the engine dropped down in, bolted up to the dowels on the transmission, and getting the flywheel hooked up to the torque converter, and getting the headers in there. And I ran out of time on Saturday. I had a lot of other stuff I had to do. So today's Monday. I spent 7 hours working on this today, getting things buttoned up. I need to wipe it down a little bit. I got some dirty mitt prints all over the engine bay, but other than that, it's looking pretty good. We've got everything back together. I cranked it over there with the ACES head unit disconnected. this guy right there. That way I could make sure I had good oil pressure before it popped off, and it didn't take much cranking before it had good oil pressure. So yeah, it's ready to be fired up. I need to get Eric up here to do the final tune on it, but I'm probably, I think it's in good enough shape. We'll probably run it on the dyno one more time, but I think it's in good enough shape to just give back to the customer and let him drive it. Pops right off. Over 50 psi oil pressure right off the rip, which is nice. I think we're gonna bring it up to operating temperature, and maybe it's raining, so I'm not gonna drive it, but at least it's sounding good. Gonna have to burn out all that oil out of the exhaust, so it'll smoke for the first probably 10 minutes driving. Seems to be all right. Just burn off our smoke. Well, I gotta be honest with you, this one cleans up really nice. I am on the hunt for one of the Mopar Performance lids that's with the fins. Black and raw aluminum finned Mopar cover would be perfect to finish this one off. I just haven't found one yet. The modern fuel system, modernizing the serpentine drive. We're prepared to install air conditioning into this thing, hopefully this winter, along with a disc brake conversion and a new rear axle with a posi. But we're going to give this thing, finally, we get to give this back to the customer so that he can enjoy this thing for the summer, drive it, cruise it. It's going to be a couple weeks before we get the tune done. Memorial weekend's coming up, and our tuner's got family obligations to take care of. I actually have to get out here to take care of some things with my mom and dad today, so I'm gonna meander up to Indian Lake and work on their stuff that they need done, so that hopefully they can have a more restful day later tomorrow, over the weekend. But that's what you do when you got family obligations. You take care of your family and make sure that they're taken care of. I'm gonna call our customer on this one here this afternoon, talk to him, see when he wants to come pick it up. Really excited to give this thing back to him. It's been a really long process. We had a lot of setbacks on this build, but we powered through it. We overcame all the obstacles, and we have a really nice package. This one was a learning experience for me. I learned a few things. I'm always learning new things. I will never know everything there is to know about this stuff. There's just too much. There's just too much out there to understand. I am working a little bit on machining bits, but I don't really have any desire to do that for other people. It's more something I'm doing for myself. And then also paint and body work. I don't really do that for other people, but I'm doing it on a few things to learn for myself, just because I like pushing my envelope and trying new things. It keeps things exciting, I guess you could say. But this has turned out to be a fabulous car. This thing cruises so nice. In its current setup, 2,600 RPM, 70 mile an hour, and it'll do it all day long at 199 degrees. It's just awesome. It's a pleasure to drive. I'm looking forward to the next Chrysler we do, because I learned a lot of things that I think people probably get stuck on this build. I learned those things. And the next one of these I should be able to do, good Lord, in at least half the time, I would think. And I'll probably build the engine for the next one, because I just have trust issues, and this one was no exception to that rule. We did have some problems with the engine, and again, it comes back to parts quality and getting things done right the first time. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 times, and then it's finally correct. So appreciate you guys coming along for the ride on this one. This one's done for now. It's off to go be enjoyed. And we'll bring you the next installment when that comes. I'm going to move on to another project, and appreciate you guys for coming along on the stuff we do here on the channel. I know we're kind of all over the place with the things we do, but that's the shop. Shop life for me is doing whatever comes in that pays the bills. And this one was a painful one. At any rate, have a great day. We'll see you soon. I can't make up my luck. I put a brand new drain plug gasket on it to keep it from leaking, and it's leaking. So we're going to put another drain plug gasket on it. Let me find a rag. We're going to have to do this pretty quick, because if you do this wrong, you end up wearing it. And it's not exactly the easiest thing to do. It's going to pour right on me. Unfortunately, this is what it is. I have a 9/16 drain plug, which is hopefully the right size. What I need here. Oh, it's already leaking. Yeah, this is fun stuff right here. I'm gonna end up wearing this. I think that's the wrong side. Let's grab another one. Gotta do the old Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom switcheroo. See if that one works better. Hey! Alright, that's the drain plug seal, or drain plug gasket switcheroo. It's a lot thicker. Let's see if that drips or not. We'll check that in the morning. Everything else is looking pretty good. I already retorqued my transmission pan gasket because these cork gaskets tend to compress. If you have cork gaskets and they're starting to leak, you should hit them with a torque wrench, retorque them, because they will oftentimes take a little more torque. More often than times than not, that'll solve your issue. And he can drive it, and we'll figure out if there's anything else that needs resolved, because there's always other things that need resolved. Anyway, that's drain plug gasket number 2 in 2 days, but hopefully this one will seal better. It's a little thicker than the copper one I had on there. And so there you have it. There's always something more to do. Always something more. It never ends. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.